Yep, headed intruder came in through my cracked fence. I put my laser on the sidewalk. I said, "Halt! Who goes there?" Didn't tell me who he was. And I said, "See the laser on the ground in front of your feet? Follow it." And I ran it up his leg and I put it right on his heart. And I says, "Is that about where your heart is? Shake your head, yes or no." And he goes, I says, "Good, because I'm checking. Now put your hands in your pockets and turn around and get off my property. You don't come on this hermitage unless you're invited. And if you don't know the phone number, you're not invited." I don't live by the sword, but God said I can protect my domain. And that's what I do. I reached out to all the neighbors. They all rejected me. So I turned into my hermitage again. So I'm a hermit in a hermitage. And now the town is starting to come in on me, telling me I can't have an extension cord out in the front of my house to put on my Christmas lights. It's illegal. I says, "And what about all the other people on the street that put their Christmas lights on? They put them out with extension cords. Then it must be illegal for all them too." He just looked at me as he got in his truck and left. So I'm under attack now. Not only by the neighbors, but now the town's going to come after me for violations. They're scoping me out real good. I caught a drone looking in my window last month. ADT said they couldn't recover it. Oh, yeah. Well, whatever it was, they got it. 8 billion people in the world. They can sell it to some market somewhere. Here's a flying saucer caught in an American home. You know how much that flick would be worth? And they can't find it now? It was moving too slow. If it moves in slow motion, cameras can't detect it. I said, so if I walk in on this property nice and slow, and I go pick up a chainsaw, and I move around, and I turn around, and I walk out real slow, nobody will even know? Because the cameras won't pick me up because I'm moving too slow? I says, that's a crock. And I demand my film. I paid. I didn't pay. I says, when you come through, I'll come through. Now they're sending me all these payment things I got, telling me I have a contract, and I don't have a contract with them. I told them right from the beginning, the Joe guy, whoever his name was, I got his card somewhere. He told me you got to have a 2-year contract, for this deal, So I don't want any contracts. So we hung up the phones, and a couple of weeks later, we get in contact with each other again. He says, well, we're going to waive the 2-year contract for you. So I said, well, come on over and put it in then. So they came in and put it in. They didn't show me how to run it. They didn't show me how to take a picture with it. I could have took a picture of that drone looking in my window at 2:30 in the morning. But they didn't. They were inadequate. They want me to pay full price for installation. They didn't even show me how to use it. So I'm objecting to it. And here's what's going to happen. They're going to wait me out because we're old and we're going to conk out. Then they're going to put a lien on our house for all that money and then possibly get the house somehow because nobody paid that lien. Nobody pays that lien. The house is theirs, right? That's the way I understood it. Oh, we got foreign countries coming in and arbitrating us to death, taking all of our rights away to go into court. Oh, all the judges go, "Phew, that's good for arbitration, man, and we got a lighter load now." Well, hire more judges then. Or isn't there enough qualified? And they should have a qualification, too. They should have some lawyer background to be a judge. I remember a lady down the street ran for judge and got the judge. She was a judge. They brought her in for traffic violations and all that stuff. She wrote tickets out, judged them, you know. She didn't know nothing about judgment or judging. And that's the way they did it back then. Nowadays, I think you should have some type of documentation that you have a background knowing what you're doing when it comes to the law. Because our law is getting flimsy. Nobody wants to uphold it. Look at them perverts are in there bringing children home and making sex films with them, putting it on the internet, selling them and stuff. They caught them. Just go AI. AI will tell you what's going on. And then if they don't get caught, they bring a child home. He sits around the house and he gets everything he wants. Oh, there's our adorable little son. Oh, and they're two men, right? Oh, honey. Oh, we're going to have such a beautiful life with a son. Oh, and then everything looks great, you know, and that's the way I would like to see it done. You know, two men could talk to each other like that. But the one thing that God doesn't say, you can't make love with your face. You can't make love or lust. It's not love. God calls it lust. You can't make lust with your face. And that means you're a pickle smoocher. And what's the chances of your son going to be a pickle smoocher when he grows up now? Because he's going to be listening to you and daddy in the bedroom gagging and choking and oohing and on until he's of sexual maturity. And then what he's going to come to you with. A jar of Vaseline in his hand saying, "Are you and daddy going to have sex again tonight? I'll be listening." In other words, he's inviting himself in, man. And who knows what happens? Who knows? You realize what we did, people? You don't know what's happening. Just think about it. That child gets to be a certain age, and he can't control his desires. He's got a jar of Vaseline, and daddy say, "Come on in." Yeah, that's what you did, people, when you voted that law in as a law. You perverted the United States of America. And God is furious about it. You're not only killing over 65 million babies, now you're perverting the ones that get into the world. We're going to have a genocide. Watch what happens when the volcano goes off. I'm not going to tell you where either, because that city will meet Sodom and Gomorrah and fly past it, because it's worse. You can mark my words on that one. So if you're anywhere near the volcano that's going to erupt because of God's wrath, God's fury, we killed 65 million of his babies. And now we're perverting them if they make it into the world. Maranatha!